afande na katika nawe, afande na jibamba nawe, na jibamba nawe, na katika nawe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple Genge show on PPP TV. Sasa leo uko na mimi Frank Boss, yani the co-host wa the topmost co-host, yani afande na swaga. Leo tumemtuma on duty kwa sababu kuna vitu 2-3 tunataka kuweka in check. Kuna watu wanakosa adabu. So sasa tunampigia afande namna gani hiyo pande. Afande anatuambia mambo iko sawa, na kuna vitu zimehappen hii wiki top trending, na unajua kesho ni International Women's Day, but kabla tuende hapo niko na mgeni hapa, very beautiful lady. Tell us, what's your name?
My name is Grace Nansamba.
Grace Nansamba.
Yes, and I work for Horn of Africa Youth Network. Yes.
Very nice. So what do you do at Horn of Africa?
At Horn of Africa, I work in the gender department, and under the gender department, we usually have pillars. So I work in a pillar called health pillar, which we term as sexual reproductive health rights pillar. Yes.
Sexual
reproductive health and rights pillar.
Wow.
Yeah, basically that pillar, it's all about, we talk about teenage pregnancies, menstrual health, maternal health, things to do with the rights of a child, the rights of a woman, the child of rights of an adult, anything related to body autonomy, my rights are on my body, in all that regard. Yes.
Kizungu mingi kwa kweli. Hata mimi sijashika kitu, but you can just tell the viewer, like,
yes,
just advise them on something regarding your work.
So yes, my work basically it's on body autonomy, body integrity. As a woman, you have to own yourself. You have to own your body. You belong to yourself. No one should tell you anything about yourself. If someone wants to tell you that maybe I own you, it is a no. You own yourself. You can say no when you want to say no. You can say yes when you want to say yes. Your voice should be heard. So in these sexual and reproductive health rights, you have to own yourself. Basically, it's about empowering yourself as a woman.
Let's come to the sexual reproductive
health and rights.
And rights.
Yes.
So sexual reproductive health and rights. So that means maybe when a woman wants to maybe have reproduction, it's upon her to decide. Exactly. And not to be forced. But now I need a baby.
Yes, no one should tell you they need a baby. You first listen to yourself as a woman. Do I need this child? It's your right to know the number of children you want, how many you want them. It's your right to know the spacing. Do I want the child after 3 years, after 4 years, or I don't need anyway. So it's about your own body. No one should coerce you for anything at any time.
Is it just for women, or also men can decide?
Yes, a man can decide, but you know, reproductive health, it's more of this reproduction, the woman side. So sometimes men will just say, I want children.
Yes, we are planting the seed.
Exactly. They just don't care about whether you're okay health-wise, whether you want this child. They don't want to care about your mental health, whether you have that time, you have that right to say, okay, I need to have another child. You know, sometimes women go through so much in their maternal journey that men don't even know. So as a woman, I have this right to say, no, I need a space of 3 years. I need to have that voice in my own family. I need to have a right to say, I want contraceptives.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to start to do this family planning as a woman. Not a man to tell me or someone else to tell me, you don't need the family planning. You have to have your right, you own yourself. You have to know yourself that this is a season I need to add on a child or not. So yes, it's about rights.
You know, I used to think that it's for the man to decide because it's the man who provides.
Yes.
Of course, so long as you're comfortable, I can just be coming and planting my seeds and you reproducing.
No, it is not supposed to be that way. Actually, most of this thing is brought because of stereotypes and the patriarchal nature of our society. You know, societal norms has brought this dominancy of men over women, but we have supposed to have very equal rights. Very equal. If I say no, and I have to mean that no. Yes, it is the rights. Actually, ladies should know their rights. You have this right.
Yes. What is your opinion as a man? Do you have a say in the reproductive
health and rights?
Yeah, the sexual reproductive health and rights. Do you think you have a say? Do you agree with what she's saying, that it's the woman to decide how many kids they want, and when they want them, and
the family planning, how they want them?
Did you actually know that you have all these rights plus many more?
Plus very, very much. We have so many conventions, so many frameworks. We have, like, let's say we have an act on domestic violence. Kenya has an act for domestic violence, and it says no to domestic violence, all forms of domestic violence. We have an act for sexual offense act. It's 2006. Those acts protect us women. Even our constitution in Kenya, you have all the rights in this world.
Now, talking about those domestic rights, domestic rights, the ones at home,
yeah, violence,
violence at home,
yes,
and all that.
Yeah, violence at home. You have violence at workplaces.
Yeah, we
have rights that protect us not to be harassed at work.
Now,
yes,
hold it there.
Yes,
there is a story that has been trending about a white guy. He went to Chicken Inn. Have you seen it?
Yes,
He went to Chicken Inn, and as he was making his order, it's like there was a disagreement with the teller, or the person the attendant was serving. So he pulled this lady over the counter and started dragging her, and somehow he became violent. So let me ask you, what are your thoughts on that?
First of all, that act is inhuman. That is one form of violence we don't tolerate. You can't harass someone at their workplace. Where do you get the mandate to go to a place of work and harass a worker, someone who is there to serve you? So to me, as Grace, I don't advocate for that. It's very wrong in all manners. It was very wrong.
Let me ask you. I hear you speaking with an accent.
Yes.
You're from which country?
I'm a Ugandan.
She's from Uganda. She's from Uganda. Now,
yes,
if such a thing would happen in Uganda, do you have rights to protect you from such?
Yes. First of all, let me not even say Uganda. Even in Kenya here, we have acts that speak about violence. We are not supposed to be violated at our places of work. We are not supposed to be violated at any point. Actually, there is zero tolerance to violence.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
The reason why I asked this is because I wanted to be racial sensitive a bit.
Yes.
If somebody would come, and given that he's a white person, we know that they are highly intelligent, educated, and all that. They know a lot of things. And they come to Uganda and they do this kind of a thing. What kind of action do you think will be taken?
Of course, that is like I said, it's a police case.
It's a police case.
And also
Uganda,
there is we take women's rights are taken very, very
serious.
Yes, that is a very serious case. That is first of all, we come up as women now. So why are you harassing this fellow woman?
So Museveni is at work.
Very much.
That's when you'll know that Museveni is working.
Very much. Anything to do with women's rights, we don't joke.
That's the reason why today we have sent Afande Naswaga to the ground to find out why this man would come all the way from wherever he's from to come and mistreat a woman at her place of work.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, mtu kama huyo, wewe unaweza mtetea aje? Unaweza mtetea ama unaweza mchochea? Ukiwa umeona hiyo video, unaona tufanye aje? Afande amsamehe ama afande amweke ndani? Halo, afande, fanya kazi. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the show. Karibuni sana kwenye studio. Hii ni Triple Genge. This is the #1 infotainment, edutainment, multitainment show in East Africa. And vile tumwambia leo tuko na Grace
from Horn of Africa.
From Horn of Africa,
Youth
a
Network.
girl from Uganda.
Yes.
Wow. So tomorrow is International Women's Day.
Yes, on Saturday.
Yes.
Yes.
As a woman, what's your perception on it? What do you perceive about that day?
So yes, International Women's Day, it's a day that I feel I have a platform for sure. It's a day that we are recognized as women for our celebrations, for our achievements, for the success.
Wow.
You know, being celebrated all over the world as a woman, it feels so good. So it's a day that I feel acknowledged. It's a day I feel I can raise more awareness on the issues that affect me as a woman. It's a day that I feel I can advocate for my rights because I have a platform. So International Women's Day means everything for women, and we shall celebrate it. We are going to celebrate it, advocate for the rights. We are going to accelerate actions. Actually, this year's theme worldwide is Accelerate Action for Gender Equality.
Accelerate action.
Yes, accelerate, have the momentum. Let's speeden up things for women and girls, for the barriers that they have, for the stereotypes that they go through, the social norms, the laws that have been put in place for them. Can we speeden up things for them? So this year's theme is just Accelerate Action. Accelerate action for gender equality. Let's have a momentum for women. If it's the laws, let's implement them. If it's about the bill, let's speeden up its adoption, because that is all that we need as women. I think we are tired of waiting. Everything has been on. Women should wait for this. People are doing other things, but let's accelerate their action so that things can be in place for them. So to me, International Women's Day, it's a day that given this platform to speak about what stigmatizes me, what puts me down, how can we raise awareness for it. It's a very special day for every woman. And yes, happy Women's Day everywhere.
Wow.
Yes.
And how do you, is there a specific event, like you know, when we have Madaraka Days, there's a specific place that people go to raise this awareness?
Yes.
Or how are you going to be?
So yes, as Horn of Africa, of course, we are in the mood already for the International Women's Day. We are advocating for the rights. There is a bill that has been in the East African community. It's called IALA. It's East African Legislative Assembly.
Yeah.
So this bill, it's called SRHR bill. It has been so long overdue. It has been so long overdue that its adoption has delayed. So as Horn of Africa, we are really calling for IALA. We are really calling for all bodies to come and adopt this bill. It's called Sexual Reproductive Health Bill.
Wow.
It was there for 2017. It was brought back to the parliament in 2021. And then it has this lag.
They've been dragging
Yes, there's a lot of dragging on it. So we advocate for its adoption.
Wow.
Yes. So
how is it going to help the...
So yes, this Sexual Reproductive Health Bill, it's a bill that talks about, of course, the rights of girls and young women and also men. It is a bill that protects women's health, let's say maternal health.
Wow.
It's a bill that protects them in the way of accessing services, accessing sexual and reproductive health education.
Wow.
Let this sexual education be in schools. Let girls and young women know about it, even in school. You know, we have girls in school who don't know anything about rights. We have children in maybe orphanages. They don't know anything about their rights. We have so many people who don't know what is their rights, what is access to SRHR. They don't know that they have the right to go to hospitals without question.
Yeah.
Adolescents don't know that they can go to hospitals and ask health workers, I need a condom. Instead of us burying people with HIV and all this, can't people just go to hospitals and have this access freely as an adolescent? Instead of you being asked questions like, why are you here? You are just 15 years. Why are you doing in hospital? So this bill covers so many, and it's a regional bill. It's not only Kenya, not Uganda, but East Africa.
East Africa.
It's a regional bill. So we really demand for its adoption.
Wow.
And also, you asked about the celebrations. Everywhere in the world, there are celebrations for this day.
Where are you going to be celebrating from?
Me, I will, of course, I'm planning to do it basically on our webinar. We have a webinar we are organizing as Horn of Africa. So we are calling out health workers, male champions, religious leaders. We are calling out girls and young women, civil society organization to come together, advocate for services for ladies, advocate services for women, and also calling upon government to implement policies. Yes, there are so many policies that we have right now. They were there, they were put, but they are not working.
Wow.
They are not working. So we are calling out the government to come and push this policy. Let them work.
Yes.
Let them work. Like violence, people are still killed. Women are still in femicide cases. We have domestic, but we have the laws that govern us.
Yeah.
So why are people being killed?
And that protect you.
Yes, we have all this. Why are people in still? It means there is something that is not yet done.
Let me ask you, because you sound so passionate and so vocal about this, that I feel like I will just lift you up and put you somewhere up there so that you can tell it to everybody. What kind of a platform do you think, as Horn of Africa, you need to be able to make everybody aware? Because I feel like even the webinar is not enough.
Yes,
I feel like this is something that should even go live on every television, just for everybody to get to know about this.
Yes.
How much more do you need to make sure that you drive this point home?
So as Horn of Africa, all we need, I think this is basically all we need, is to enter into policy formulation. Let us enter into policy formulation. Let us make sure that we go in spaces. We need these spaces where we can sit with ministers, where we can sit with policy makers, where we can sit with decision makers to advocate for these policies to be implemented, to advocate for the rights of youth. Because Horn of Africa deals more of youth and then girls and young women. So we need to go into these spaces where we can talk to the decision makers to allow policies to go, not to delay. A policy can't delay for years and it's not yet implemented, it's not yet adopted. So we need to go into these spaces, to go to spaces like, let's say, African Union spaces, UN spaces, those regional spaces where policies are made. We need to be on that table, not behind the scenes. We need to be on that table, sit on that table. You, as Horn of Africa, we advocate for youth. We need to see youth. Let the youth be put on the table. Let the youth be part of this decision making, not you to think for us. Don't think, because maybe whatever you're saying, it's not for the youths. Allow the youths to be on the table with you. Ask them, which policy do you think we can do? How can we review this policy? How can we do this policy? So when you sit with the youths on the same table, it means they will give you their ideas. So let them be on the menu. Let's say it that way. Let the youth be on the menu so that they are also given this opportunity to eat, to have, not them to be maybe desserts or something. Yes. So if youth are put on the same table, if they are put together with policymakers, they will say what they want. They know, we know what we want. We know what we want. We are not supposed to be spoken for. We have voices.
Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like if there is any table that people should sit on, Grace should be at the highest level. She should be close to.
We know what
I've also started having goosebumps the way you're driving this point home. I feel like a lot of my rights have been.
Exactly. Hey, you should be on that table. Reason with them. Yes.
What do you think after watching all this? Do you feel like you know enough about your rights, or you need this to be expounded and to be more elaborated for you to be able to have a good life?
Exactly.
Because, you know, when you have your rights, you're more free. When you know about your rights, you live in a peaceful community and all that.
Exactly.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what's your take? What's your take? Na hapa napigia afande We are calling afande, afande wherever you are. Tafadhali patana na wakubwa hapo na hapo na hapo, na uambie mayouth wanataka kukaa kwa meza.
Exactly.
The big table, so that they can also be part of this policy making discussions.
Don't make for them decisions. Don't decide for them.
That's the reason why Triple Genge is the best entertainment show, motivation show, inspiration show, and education show in East and Central Africa. So before we leave, is there anything that you like to tell anybody out there to just inspire them, to motivate them? Yes,
to every woman out there, happy International Women's Day. As we leave this show, I would love to just encourage you that you are strong, you are able. Do not be limited. You actually should not be limited. Know your rights. We have so many rights that are protecting us as women. Recently, the African Union adopted a new convention that protects you. It's a convention of elimination of all violence against women and girls. We have so many things that protect us as women. We have so many policies that protect us. The Constitution of Kenya protects us. I want you to be encouraged as a woman. Rise up. You have all this protection on you. So I want you to just know your rights. Know that you are capable. Do not be limited by anything. Leave your comfort zone and go out there. Let your voice be heard. Happy International Women's Day.
Wow, if I was a woman, today would be a game changer. So what are your social media handles? So
I'll give the Horn of Africa social media handles.
Okay.
We have Twitter still. Every handle is Horn of Africa Youth Network.
Horn of Africa Youth Network.
Yes,
Horn of Africa. So if anybody has a question you want to ask regarding to your rights,
yes,
whether you're a male or a female, just go there and get your question asked and you'll be addressed. Na hapa pia msisahau Triple Genge, ajua tuko kila mahali. Instagram Triple Genge, Facebook Triple Genge, TikTok Triple Genge, and YouTube. Make sure you follow us, show us that love, because we are here because of you. Sasa
afande na katika na we, afande na jibamba na we, najibamba na we,